So just tonight, we're very, very blessed to have a very, very inspirational speaker, full of faith and courage, whose life changed drastically on the 20th of August 2020. Geraldine Mullan is also now, or has been for many years, a nurse dealing with cancer care. So Geraldine, thank you for being with us and making the long trip down from Donegal to be with us this evening.
Good evening. The right to reap must not be denied, a line from a public address given by Pope Francis in 2015, is one I can relate to wholeheartedly. As a mother who has lost her son and daughter, and as a wife who has lost her husband, the tears I shed for my beloved family each and every day since our faithful night are, as Pope Francis said, my right, and I do not deny them. Reverend Father, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all of you that are listening online, a heartfelt thank you for asking me to speak at your solemn novena and be part of the annual novena to Our Lady of Perpetual Help here in Graiguecullen. My name is Geraldine Mullan, originally from a small village, Williamstown, in northeast Galway, but now living in an equally beautiful, picturesque village, Novena, on the Inishowen Peninsula in County Donegal. My story for you this evening is one born out of tragedy. On the 20th of August 2020, my life changed in an instant and irrevocably for the worst. When returning home from a family day out, we were in a car accident, resulting in our car going off the road into the sea. That night, I lost my beloved husband John, aged 49, my beautiful son Tomas, aged 14, and my little ray of sunshine, my darling daughter Amelia, aged 6, the three most important people in my life. How life can change in a moment. We went from being a family of 4 to a family of 1. Every day since then has been a struggle, and there's not a day that I do not shed tears as I try to come to terms with the fact that I am now all alone. But there are 3 tenets that I try to live by to help me on my grief journey, and those 3 tenets are faith, hope and love. As you probably know, the Corinthians passage, it is a passage I read again and again, and it refers to those 3 tenets that I rely on. I know for the novena, one of the themes will be, above all, do not lose hope, and hope along with faith and love are what I hold on to most as I come to terms with what life has dealt me. Love, so often taken for granted but so precious, and is said in the reading as the Corinthians, now there remains 3, faith, hope and love, but the greatest of these is love. I was blessed we had an abundance of love in our household. John, my beloved husband, he was the love of my life, my best friend, my rock and my soulmate. He was my everything. He showed me love each and every day. He told me first thing in the morning, last thing at night, and at every opportunity in between. Regardless whether his garden centre was full of customers, when I'd pop over with the mid-morning coffee on my days off work, he'd greet me with a hug and a kiss, much to the amusement of his customers. But his response always was, you should always tell the person you love them. How precious those memories are now to me. Similarly, the unconditional love one gets from their children is so beautiful, I do not have the words adequately to describe it. I was so fortunate to be a mother to Tomas and Amelia. I was blessed to have my beautiful son Tomas for 14 years, and he showed me love each and every day. He was growing up to be an amazing young man, wise beyond his years, an awesome son and big brother, filling our hearts with love and pride in all he did. Likewise, our little ray of sunshine, our darling daughter Amelia, the boss of the house, filled my heart with love in her short 6 years. She was a force to be reckoned with, mischievous, a wee rascal, but so full of life and love in all she did. The love all 3 of them showed me each and every day made me the person I am, and the precious memories I have of our time together as a family are what I hold on to dearest and cling on to in the days, weeks, months and now years since our accidents. Our photographs, videos, family holidays, days out are all precious memories that I remember with love. One such memory that I'd like to share with you this evening occurred just a few weeks prior to our accident. As you may recall, the summer of 2020, when COVID was at its height, me as a nurse manager and John as a garden centre owner, we were working. Amelia didn't like the fact that I left for duty before 7 a.m. most mornings and not returning home most evenings until after 7 p.m. due to the 2-hour commute. One evening she sat me down and she said, "Mummy, please remember there are 4 corners in your heart. I am in one corner, Tomas is in another corner, Daddy is in another corner, and you are in the other corner. So when you're sad and you're missing us, place your hand on your heart and we'll always be there." Every day since the 20th of August 2020, I have done as my little daughter has told me. Little did I know that what she said to me so innocently and from the heart of a child would resonate so much with me since our accident. As Pope Francis said in his address in 2015, love is stronger than death. When we, in mourning, find the strength to guard the faith and love that will unite us to the ones we mourn, then love itself prevents death from taking everything. It's also the love that I have received from our family, friends, neighbours and the wider community that have carried me every step these past 3.5 years. The love and support of everyone, here included, be it your prayers, your cards, your well wishes, your letters, have all helped me put one foot in front of the other like my family would like me to and keep going every step. Don't get me wrong, each day is tough. There's not a day that goes by that I wish my family were here with me, but I know I have to keep going like my John, Tomas and Amelia would want me to. My heart will forever be broken. The pain and heartache will stay with me for the rest of my days, but with love I'll remember the past and our precious memories, and I will keep their memories alive for as long as I live. Life ends, but love does not, and for the rest of my days here on earth, I will honour the memories of my beloved family. I'll give back to the community that has propped me up when I need it most, be it like this evening in speaking to you and telling you my story, or through charity work, as by helping others it is helping me with my grief. Hope, a small word of just 4 letters and a word I hold on to dearly. When I think of the word hope, I remember the promise that I made to my beloved John, Tomas and Amelia the day I laid them to rest, that I would never lose hope. Hope is so important on so many levels. It can make the present moment more bearable, and more importantly, hope is the one thing that can help us get through the darkest of times. Every day I look for a little bit of hope. For me, losing everything has left me bereft, fragile and broken, but I have to hold on to hope. In order to recognise and hold on to hope, one fundamental part was reaching out and asking for help. For me, asking was the big step in navigating my grief journey. I will be the first to admit it's okay not to be okay. I am not okay, nor do I think I ever will be. But looking after my physical, psychological and spiritual health is pivotal and paramount in me continuing to keep going as best I can. Be it my GP, my counsellor, my family, my friends, they are all people I have around me that help me. Sometimes it's having somebody to listen to me, to dry my tears, to speak to me, or sometimes just sit with me in silence. They help me. Some days are worse than others, and on those days I simply say tomorrow is a new day. For anyone who has lost a loved one, your grief is unique to you. We can empathise with each other and share similar stories, but we're all on our own grief journeys. And how I deal with my grief may be totally different to how you deal with your grief, but that's okay. What I've learned this past 3.5 years is that there's no right or wrong way. It's simply your path and your way. Most importantly, as family and friends, please be there for one another and reach out if asked. Asking for help is the hardest part. For me, it's a day at a time, sometimes an hour at a time, sometimes moment to moment, but through it all, holding on to hope is crucial. The final tenet, and one so evident here this evening as you attend your weekly Mass as part of Novena, is our faith. It is also part of who I am, and I've relied heavily on my faith since our accident. Our house was one of faith. John and I tried to instill in Tomas and Amelia the values of our faith. We attended church regularly, sat in the same pew at Mass every week. Tomas served his time as altar boy, and when he moved on to secondary school and his altar serving days were behind him, he joined us in that same seat. I don't have the answers, nor will I ever. I do not know why our accident happened. I do not know why my beloved John, Thomas and Amelia were all taken before their prime, but I firmly believe, having gained 3 angels on the night of the 20th of August 2020, the garden of heaven is being tended to diligently by my darling husband John, and my beautiful son Thomas and my sweet, sweet daughter Amelia have earned their angel wings. John is continuing to do in heaven what he did on earth. He is minding our beautiful children. Likewise, Thomas and Amelia are minding their daddy for me, and all 3 are minding me from heaven above. They may no longer be with me physically, but they're in my heart, and that's where they'll always be. One day when my time is done, I look forward to the 4 of us being united in heaven. That day my heart will heal, my sadness will end. Like Pope Francis said in his address in 2015, when our love and the precious memories of the one we loved and who are gone before us is allowed to grow, it makes us stronger, and love will guard us until that day, that every tear will be wiped away, when death shall be no more, neither shall there be mourning nor crying nor pain. That day in heaven is the day I look forward to most. Through our faith we can console one another, be there for one another and support one another, and know that our loved ones are in the hands of God. My final words to you this evening, encompassing those 3 tenets of faith, hope and love, are simple requests. Cherish every moment. Tell the ones you love that you love them. Hug and kiss your children dearly. And last but not least, never lose hope. Gur míle míle maithagad.
Thank you. We've never had that reaction from any speaker in 19 years. So just to say, Geraldine, you are an inspiration, and you're giving us such powerful messages: faith, hope, and love. Take nothing for granted. Tell everyone around you that you love and care for them, and make the most of life. And I know you will meet up with your lovely John and Tomas and Amelia in heaven someday. But in the meantime, you are very much in our prayers here as well, and we will continue to keep your lovely husband and children in our prayers as well. So every blessing always for you. Thank you. So I invite you all now to please stand, and we're going to have our prayers of the faithful. So Maura, you want to lead us?